And let me tell you that Thursday class, it's already was already shared. You can watch it. I want to go over a very brief explanation here. We're going to, because I want to move on. You know what? My connection is a little bit unstable. I'm going to cut off my video, and I'm going to just I'm just going to have the sound. So I was telling you last week on Thursday I met with Adolfo, and we advanced a little bit on the topic. Let me make a parenthesis here. This is going to be 2. Just very briefly. Okay, this goes here, and this one goes right here. So I want to share my screen now, and you tell me if you can see my screen. Just a minute.
Not yet, teacher.
Yes, it's starting. My internet is very slow. I don't know what happened.
Now, yes.
Now
We can
it's
see your
sharing.
screen.
Okay, let me. So on Thursday, sorry, we studied a little bit of verb forms, and I went over these just real quick. I don't know if you had any question in regards to this topic, Adolfo.
No, teacher.
Did you have any question?
To this moment, no.
So we're going to. Okay. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to explain this real quick. Again, this is in career path. This is verb forms. And let me explain to you what is going to happen this week. My idea this week is to actually work today and tomorrow on the mechanics and the writing part to create 2 things. One, it's a cover letter. And the other element is that we're going to be working on the curriculum. That is my idea for the next 2 to 3 days. And then make a remedial on grammar, in grammar. And then do the communicative part of this module that has to do with job interviews, okay? So these things are going to be a little more theoretical, more focused on the theoretical aspects, because the production is going to be on the one hand, the curriculum and the cover letter. And on the other hand, that it's going to be the more communicative part and the more practical part, it's going to be on this topic of the job interview. Okay, we're going to do a mix right there. Now, with this in mind, something important to know is the forms or the conjugations verbs take. In this case, and I'm going to make a very brief explanation, verbs are the part of the speech that relate to actions. That is the most important definition. Normally, when I talk about actions, I am talking about the things subjects do in a sentence, okay? But it's the main or the most relevant element here. Now, with this in mind, I can tell you that verbs correspond or they are directly related to the grammar tense you're using to communicate ideas. So some verbs can take the form of gerund, and some other verbs cannot take the form of gerunds, okay? Now, one of the categories that you're going to find, it's the use or the category of active and stative verbs. Active versus stative verbs, it's very simple. When I talk about active verbs, I am talking about verbs that they have a collateral, or they have something that you can actually perceive. For example, run, study, work, walk, do, make. These are verbs of actions that imply somebody physically doing something. Okay, that is what we call active or dynamic verbs. And when I talk about stative verbs, as the name suggests, they talk about states. That it's an indication of something being in a form rather than doing an action. Okay, an example of stative verbs are all the verbs that are related to emotions: love, hate, verbs such as remember. These are intangible verbs. That means that you cannot perceive them with your senses. You have them implied in their meaning. So that it's why we have active, that are the ones that refer to actions, and or dynamic, and the ones that we call stative. Now, the main difference is that active can be put in gerund form, whereas stative verbs cannot be conjugated into the gerund form. Okay, that is basically the idea here. Now, there is a list of verbs. For example, taste, sound, think, resemble, feel, hate, love, have, smell, taste. These are verbs that you cannot put in ing form unless they are directly related to an action you can perceive with the corresponding sense. For example, the verb taste can be used in ing when you mean that you're using your tongue to perceive the aroma or the flavor something has. For example, what are you doing? Well, I'm tasting my soup. I hate garlic, for example. That is the same example here. What are you doing? I'm tasting the soup. And it needs more salt. Another example might be the case of listen and hear. These are two verbs that, although they mean similarly, the way in which they are conjugated vary. For example, the verb listen can be put in ing form, but the verb hear cannot be put in ing unless you are directly putting your ear to something that you can use hearing. Any question thus far? Any question?
No questions.
Ramon, Arlene?
No, no, teacher. Me not.
Teacher.
Okay, good. If there are no questions, there is a very brief exercise, and then you have a combination of other categories. These are verbs that are followed by gerunds. This means that there are verbs that they require a second verb conjugated in gerund form. For example, I began eating healthier this week, or I continue studying English, or I hate listening to French. These are examples then of verbs that they are followed by ing forms. And this is very important to remember because these are verbs that require you to be careful with them when you're speaking because they demand the use of ing form. Okay, these are some verbs then that can only be followed by a gerund. For example, I advise going to the doctor when you feel bad, or I allow copying from the book, or I avoid taking that bus. I can help working with this person, or I dislike eating fish. You see, these are verbs that they particularly go with gerunds. And there are others that they go with infinitives. That means that they are always, or they always go with to in the verb in the base form. I agreed to go, or she arranged to meet at her home, or I decided to study English every day, or I hope to get a new job, etc. These are verbs that are followed by infinitives. There's a list, and here are some other examples. Okay, Now, some other verbs require an object and then the infinitive. I advise somebody of something. For example, I advise Lionel to visit his mother. Or I ask the teacher about, or I ask the teacher to check my homework. Or this decrease in income cost the company to have some layoffs. By the way, that's a word that may come in handy. The word layoff es cuando hay recortes de personal. Okay, so these are some verbs that they require you to have, or you can put an object in the middle. I order Maria to come early to work. That is the structure there. And there are others that they can be a combination. They can use gerund and infinitive. That is the case of stop. I stop to study or I stop smoking. These mean different things. When you stop doing something, that means that you never do it again. Whereas when you use it with to, that means that you were doing something else, you stop and you did this new action. For example, I stopped to drive or I stopped to smoke. That is the idea here. So my recommendation, people, is to double check on this. If you have questions, you can later text me, okay?
Okay,
So
teacher.
if you have no question, okay, yes. If you have no question, let me stop here, and we are going to work on the days. Okay. So questions, questions. People, questions,
No questions.
questions. Let's work now. So this first part, we are going to start with an exercise. This exercise, it's just for us to reconnect. Okay. So let me share my screen. Just a minute, please, because I'm here. Just 1 minute. This is an exercise we worked. I think a couple of weeks before, but we are going to use it to refresh this idea. Okay, there are 5 sentences only, and I'm going to ask you to check it very briefly, and then we are going to start with the new topic. This is just to refresh. Let's take some 3 to 4 minutes. Try to write the answers in notebook. These are some exercises we did before. Let's try to remember. This is about compound sentences. Let's take 5 minutes. Let's check it, and then we do them together. Okay? You may write it in your notebook, and then we're going to check them orally.
Hello, hello, teacher. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, my signal is
You're having problems
very
with the
very
connection.
low. Yes. Could you please repeat the exercise again?
Yes, this is, you have 5 minutes or 3 minutes now. Check these sentences and you're going to combine them to create compound sentences.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Let's work it.
Yep.
We have 3 minutes only.
Okay.
Can we check? Okay, so let's just remember a little bit about this. Salomon, what is a compound sentence?
To me, the question.
Yes, what is a compound sentence? This is a topic we studied a couple of weeks from now.
Okay, the compound sentence is that sentence that are formed by two or more ideas, and they have or it have connectors. If I remember, we used these connectors that are the fanboys, the for
Okay,
uh, for and nor but or yet, that
okay, okay.
to join the but
Uh,
sentence.
uh-huh. Okay. What else can you say?
Sorry, what?
What are compound sentences? What do you remember? This is Thursday class.
The other thing I remember of the compound sentence is uh,
Teacher, is when you
Don't
combine
worry,
two
don't
or
worry.
more
Take it.
independent clauses.
Okay, that is totally right. When you combine two or more actually two independent clauses, it's what we call a compound sentence. Adolfo, tell me something. What is an example of a compound sentence you can give us?
compound sentences. Okay.
But but you say we have to compound the exercise.
Yes, you have to. I'm just double checking on this topic, and then we're going to do the
Okay.
exercise.
Okay. I like. Let me think, teacher. I don't remember. I was looking for the options of complex sentence and the connectors. The okay. For example, when I really like to learn new things. For
Okay.
for that reason, I like to read.
Okay, you're close to that. You're very close to that. Let me just remind you very quickly, when we talk about compound sentences, just like Arlene said, we are talking about the sentences that are two independent clauses, and in the middle, I am going to put a fanboys for, in, nor, or, but, yet, and so. Those are fanboys, right? That is what Salomon also shared. Now, let's take a look at these exercises and let's see if we can check it together. Number one, Salomon, can you do it, please?
Okay. Um, okay. We could use because in the first sentence. For example, Bill loves hiking in campaign because Bill loves canoe invest.
Okay, that it's not the answer. That it's not the answer. Arlene, can you do number one? Can you give it a try? Arlene? Okay, Adolfo, can you do number one, please?
He loves hiking and camping. Loves canon best.
Oh, I think I have the answer.
Sorry.
Loves hiking.
We can say Bill loves
Bill
hiking,
loves
camping,
hiking.
comma, but Bill loves canoe invest.
Oh,
But Bill loves canoes.
exactly. Remember that fanboys come in the middle. And on the sentence, I can have something that goes in favor, something that goes against. If they go in the same direction, I can use and if it goes in divergent direction, in different directions, I can use but. So Bill loves hiking and camping, but Bill loves canoeing best. Number two,
But so without the comma.
give it a try. No, with comma. You should always put a comma
Okay, comma.
between a coordinating conjunction
Yeah, comma
and the coordinating conjunction.
before the but.
Exactly.
Okay.
Next one, Adolfo, give it a
Relaxation can be difficult to learn. For some people, to seek help. Sure.
I'm listening.
Did you listen?
I couldn't
Hello?
hear the part of the, yes?
I'm having some problems with the sign here. Okay, relaxation can be difficult to learn, but some people seek help.
Let's listen to other options. Arlene, can you do this one?
Yes, relaxation can be difficult to learn, and some people do seek help.
Salomon,
No,
Okay.
what can you answer there? No.
Okay, we can use
for some,
relaxation can be difficult to learn, comma, yet some people do seek help.
Nope, that is not the answer.
for some people.
If you if you say for telling me because, what makes is it difficult? That people seek help. Que la gente busca ayuda es lo que lo hace difícil. No. Relaxation can be difficult to learn. It's cause and effect. It's una causa y efecto. What is the coordinating conjunction for cause and effect?
For
For
Effect, it's because. No.
oh, because
Cause and effect, it's so. Oh, an effect or cause.
so,
Relaxation can be difficult.
so
Relaxation can be difficult. Low people do seek help.
so did you say, teacher?
Okay. Yes. This one it's so. Questions
Okay, number 3.
here, up here. Let's do number 3. Okay, Adolfo, do it.
Teachers don't like it when you read while they are trying to teach. So teachers especially don't like it when you talk while they are trying to teach.
What is the one that you use? Sorry, I couldn't.
So
No.
I tried. Okay.
Go ahead.
Teacher don't like it. It's when you read while they are trying to teach. And especially don't like when you talk while they are trying to teach.
Uh, not quite there yet. Not quite there.
Or especially. Or no.
No, I think it's
No.
and, but you skip the word teacher. Or not, teacher.
Okay.
Teacher
There are
don't
two
like
options
it
in this one.
when you
You can
read
use it.
while they are trying to reach, comma, and teacher especially don't like it when you talk while they are trying to teach.
Here, let's double check on the answer because I would say here, teachers don't like it when you read while they are trying, nor do they especially like it when you talk while they are trying to teach. Because it's two negatives. This one, it's two negatives. Let's check the answer. This is letter A. Let's double check on it, okay? Teachers especially don't like it. This is a contrast. I would say ignore, though, because these are two negatives. Okay, I notice here, people, this is but, okay? It proves it or it puts it like a contrast. Now, let's just break, because it's that you are completely clear about this. Let me share my screen on another element. And it's not this one. So, just one second. The sentence, this is the one. This is one of the topics we start, and let me make a very, very quick review here. Remember, one of the most important things to know about the sentence is that the sentence categories. These categories can be divided into two particular categories. One is the sentence types that are declaratives, that are affirmative negatives, interrogatives. These are the ones that inquire. Exclamatory, which are the ones that express imperatives, the ones that express commands and orders. But then there is another category do with sentence variety. Sentence variety, there exists four variety types. These four variety types are simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. When I talk about simple sentences, I am talking about a single idea that have one subject, one verb, and an object. Or sometimes it can have multiple subjects and multiple ID, multiple actions, or multiple without changing the idea. That is, Maria and Carlos took a shower in the office. I'm inventing, right? Another example, Maria, Carlos ate and disliked the food at the restaurant. You see, the idea is the same, multiple subjects, multiple verbs. That it's simple. Now, the second idea or the second variety type is compounds. And we said that compound sentences are the ones that they include two independent. These are two independent ideas that in the middle they are connected with a a coordinating conjunction. What are coordinating? Coordinating conjunctions are are fanboys, okay? Or, nor, but, or, yet. Okay, each of them have the particular use. What I notice in this exercise is that we need to identify the intention of the writer, because I think there was a problem there identifying if it's cause and effect, if it's additional information, etc. Any question here? Any question those here? People, questions? Because what I notice is that here you are you need to identify what it intends to. What I mean, what it intends, it's the author, what it's trying to do. If you don't have any question, let's do something. Let's work on this exercise. This exercise has 20. I want you to do 20. I want you to work 5 minutes as much as you can in 5 minutes. Okay? Vamos a trabajar 5 minutes as much as we can in 5 minutes. We're going to check it. I need you to be clear about this. Let's work it.
Hello, teacher. I lose my connection again.
Yes, don't worry. So this is the 5 minutes to work on this exercise as much as you can, as much as you can do in 5 minutes. You don't have to finish it.
Okay, okay, I will.
Okay, can we check?
Okay. Okay, teacher. The first one is Reva Joe lived on the prairie and she loved roping
On the prairie?
on the. What does prairie mean, teacher?
En la, pra-
Sorry?
en la pradera.
Okay.
River Joe lived on the prairie
And she loved roping.
and she loved roping. Okay, here you can get it. You can get it from the possible answers, right? It's or still ants. Okay. Next one. Arlene, can you do number 2?
Okay. Number 2 is her hat blew off,
Flew off.
but flew off. It fell into a well.
What is a coordinating conjunction there?
And.
Okay, that is correct.
Okay.
Next one,
Is the
Salomon, number 3.
Okay.
It's comma and. Because remember, coordinating functions always have commas, and then the coordinating conjunction 3.
Number 3, Riva Joy was scared, comma, but she wanted his head.
Sorry, Salomon, can you read again?
Okay, Riva Joy was scared, comma, but she wanted her
Riva
hat.
Joe was scared. Okay. Yes, that is totally true. But you wanted her hat. That's right. Adolfo, number 4. Adolfo, you there? No, he's not there. Arlene, number 4.
Yeah, okay. Number 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The thought pay an offer and you accepted. Is comma and.
And command, that it's right.
Teacher, one question.
The next one,
In this
yes.
context, the dog is like a frog or means another thing?
I thought it's a frog.
Okay.
That it's right. It's a type of frog.
Okay.
Okay, number 5, Adolfo.
She could accept or she could go home.
Okay, she could accept or she could go home. That it's totally right. Number 6, Arlene.
She got the hat, comma, and she
She
rode
got the hat.
home.
Okay, and she wrote home. Next one, Arlene, number 7.
Boy. Number 7. Okay. She go the hat, and she rode home.
Say
This
it
is
again,
number
please.
6. I mean, your number is the
Number
7.
7.
Number 7, no? She got the, okay.
Yes.
She got the hat. And
No, this
she
is the
rode.
6.
No.
No, it's 6.
But number 7, it's yes, but
Number 7. Que estoy pendeja. Ok. Reba Joe was wrong.
Rude.
But her father was polite.
That it's totally father was polite. So what is the what is the most important element here? The most important thing, people, it's that you need to be clear of the intentions in which you use particular coordinating conjunctions. So, for example, if I want to connect two ideas that are directly related, they can be, they are in different lines, you can use that. If you want to connect the choices people have, you can use or. Remember, or it's going to be used in choice when it refers to full statements. For example, people go to the hospital or they may call a doctor checked. Another example, we can study for the test tomorrow or we may until next week. You can connect additional information that goes in the same direction with and. Today it is raining hard, and it seems tomorrow will be similar. Another one, yet unexpected result. I never paid too much attention to details, I always remember things people forget about situations. This one has expected result. The word so and the word for are different. Or it's because, and so it from one idea to the consequence of this idea. So an example of this is I need a new car for mine it's broken. Un carro nuevo porque el mío está roto. My car broke, so I must get a new one. Okay? That it's a cause and effect.
But the
Okay?
example
So
of the
that it's
car we can
simply
use to the because, true?
yes, you can use because instead of for. Now,
Yeah.
something very important, and let me say this in Spanish. Cada uno de los coordinating conjunctions equivalent in subordinating conjunction. That is the topic of today. Okay. Okay. Questions over there? Questions, people? No
Teacher, I was looking
questions? No
for.
questions?
I was looking for. Where is the examples that you was showing us? But in
No,
the
it just
web,
oral.
sorry.
These were oral examples. These were oral examples. So let me share my screen. Let's do something. Let's go to this one. Give me a minute. I'm gonna make this smaller. You can enter the document. Okay, once you are there, I'm going to, okay, this is the document for sentences. Let me put it here. I am at the last, in the last page. So we're talking here about compound sentences. Vamos a hacer un poquito de repaso acá y voy a explicar esta parte en español para que estén completamente claros. ¿Ok? Fíjense bien, los compound sentences tienen o exigen dos cosas. La primera, no puedo compartir mi pantalla porque miro que solo Adolfo está conectado ahí. Un momento. Ok, ya podemos ver aquí.
Yes, we can see.
Entonces, yes, let me make it bigger. So we are talking about compound sentences. ¿Qué es lo que es los compound sentences? Piden dos cosas. Lo primero, two independent clauses. Yo necesito dos oraciones que sean independientes y que tengan sentido solas para luego unirlas con un coordinating conjunction. ¿Ok? Y el segundo elemento que piden es a coma before that coordinating conjunction. Ahora, ustedes deben de saber la intención de cada uno de los ambos. ¿Por qué? Porque si no me lo sé, lo que va a ocurrir es que voy a conectar mal las ideas. Entonces, ¿cómo puedo recordarlo? Sencillo. Cada uno de ellos una función particular. Entonces, si yo quiero usar for, este for hace referencia a reason and additional information, nor double negative statements. But it is contrast. Or its choice, yet its unexpected result. Hizo its cause and effect. Okay? Just a second. Sorry, I needed to respond to something here. So you have here the uses aquí tenemos los usos, y es bien importante saberlo reconocer. Uno es razón, entonces digo algo como English is important for it is the business, it is the language of businesses. Ok, for. Ok, y esto es lo que dice Salomón, es parecido al because, la diferencia es que because es una conjunción subordinada. Entonces debe de tener otra posición en la oración porque puede venir al inicio. Yo puedo decir, because English is the language of businesses, comma, it is important. You see? Pero no es el caso. Acá yo estoy hablando de compound sentences. Entonces, ¿qué ocurre con los ejercicios? Yo necesito que ustedes se fijen para ver cuál es la palabra que mejor combina o la palabra que mejor conecta estas ideas. Luego tenemos and, que conecta información adicional. Por ejemplo, the students of medicine are tired and they are also disappointed in the classes are taking. In their classes, vamos a hacerlo más corto. In their classes. Entonces aquí yo estoy usando información adicional. ¿Cómo debo de saber que debo de usar cuando van en la misma línea? Por ejemplo, si yo digo que están cansados, bueno, un adjetivo que por misma línea es estar decepcionado. ¿Por qué? Porque son adjetivos de connotación negativa. Entonces uso un and. ¿Ok? Ahora, double negatives no son posibles en inglés, entonces yo debo de usar la conjunción nor e invertir la estructura. Por ejemplo, I didn't study nor y ahora voy a usar el tiempo gramatical, el auxiliar del tiempo de la oración. Did I tell the teacher about it? ¿Por qué hago esto? Sencillo. Cuando yo uso nor, la palabra inmediatamente tiene una connotación negativa. Por ende, el resto de esa oración debería de ir en afirmativo para mantener la oración en términos negativos. Study, nor did I tell the teacher about it. No estudié ni le dije al maestro al respecto. ¿Ok? Por eso uso negativo. Entonces, si yo miro dos oraciones negativas, yo las puedo combinar. I don't have money, I don't want to work. I don't have money, nor do I want to work. ¿Por qué hago la inversión? Porque el nor ya me afectó el resto de la oración. ¿Ok?
Teacher,
Luego tengo el contraste.
en este caso también podría significar, como en español conocemos como tampoco.
No, acá significa ni.
Ni. Ok.
Ni. Exacto. Por ejemplo, no tengo dinero ni nada que dar. Like the song. Dinero, ni nada que dar. Another example might be, they don't like the class, nor do they plan to study for it.
Ujú.
Okay? I was looking for an exercise here so you practice, because this is the thing. Esta palabra que ustedes ven acá, este nor, es un adverbio. Es una conjunción, pero también se le conoce como un adverbio. Y los adverbios negativos hacen que las oraciones puedan invertirse. Vamos a estudiar en una de las sesiones, pero definitivamente necesito que sepamos cuándo usar cuál coordinating conjunction. But it's a contrast, so I didn't find the keys, but I have a set of copies. Okay, tengo un juego de copias.
Ujú.
Okay, but it's in choice, it's similar to no, but the difference that in here it's affirmative. We could finish the test earlier, or we could take the time to review it. Ok, podemos terminar el examen más temprano o podemos tomar el tiempo para revisar. Ok,
Ujú.
but it's or. Ahora, ¿cuál es la diferencia entre decir or y en el caso de opciones de sustantivo u opciones de oraciones? Sencillo, no va a haber una coma cuando yo te digo, Arlene, do you want Coke or Pepsi? Ahí no necesito una coma, pero es distinto cuando yo digo, Arlene, do you want to drink coffee or do you want to go to the supermarket to get some Coke? Ahí sí uso coma en medio porque son dos oraciones independientes. Luego tengo unexpected result. That is, they never win a match yet. They won last weekend. Nunca ganan un partido, pero ganaron el de la semana pasada. Okay, so the idea here is that there is a result that you don't expect. And then you have finally cause effect, that in this case is, I want to study this subject.
Teacher,
So
in yet,
I will.
the traduction is
Yes.
like, in this case, in this context, it's like, sin embargo.
Yes. Pero es distinto porque esa palabra, sin embargo, en la lista, o en la equivalencia más que la lista, ¿no? Es un subordinating conjunction. ¿Ok? Pero en este
Ya.
caso, que es el coordinating, es distinto. ¿Ok? Preguntas por acá, muchachos. Necesitamos poder hacer estas opciones para poder pasar a la siguiente. Si no la tenemos, no podemos avanzar. Definitivamente esto requiere que haya un repaso. ¿No? Esto no lo tenía eh, contemplado para esta sesión. ¿Ok? Entonces,
Ujú.
no sé si hay alguna pregunta. Bien importante, podamos tratar de quedar claros acá. No sé si tienen alguna pregunta.
Yo creo que yo no.
No question, teacher.
Ok, ok. Adolfo,
Sure.
preguntas por acá.
No questions.
No questions. Ok.
No, no.
Right now, no.
Arlene, any question?
No, teacher, no question.
Okay, we're going to work now on another exercise. This exercise we have here, again, I'm going to give you some 5 minutes and then we're going to work on, I'm going to assign short writing. We're going to devote time for reviewing this and we'll move on tomorrow. Okay, let's take 5 minutes, do as much as you can, and then we check it together.
¿Cuáles son los ejercicios? Sorry.
The link,
The last.
link,
last.
this one.
Ajá.
Yes, the one in the chat
Okay,
box.
okay.
Sorry, Arlene.
Sure.
Tell me.
Hello. I couldn't hear
Yes.
you clear. Where
Yes.
the same
You have five.
question that the same question that Arlene. Uh, which one are the exercise?
The ones that I just sent. Ahorita acabo
Ah,
de
right
enviar
now.
el link.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
thanks.
You have to check it on the chat box. Está dos veces.
Okay, thanks.
No, don't worry. You have 5 minutes to do this. 5 minutes until
Okay.
as much as you can advance.
Okay.
Okay. So how did it go with this one?
So.
Okay. What, how many did you get to do? Adolfo, how many did you
My
do?
guess is 8.
8, okay. And how many right did you get out of 8?
1, 2. Without X, just 2 teacher.
Okay, so 6 right and 8, 6 out of 8.
6?
That is right.
6 what? Sure, I couldn't hear you.
6 out of 8. 6 out of 8.
6 of 8. 1,
Yes,
2,
6 de
3,
8.
3. No, just 3 teacher. Just 3
Just 3 right
out. 2 right out
out of 8.
of X. Yeah, fight with X.
Okay, okay. Salomon,
Sorry, teacher, what is the question?
how many right answers?
Ah,
How did it go with this exercise?
I am in the number
Sorry,
5 yet.
sorry, yo estaba tomándome las medicinas.
Okay, okay.
I still in the number 6 at least.
Okay, and how many right answers did you have out of 6, Salomon?
1, 2, 3, 3. 3 right answers.
3 out of 6. Okay, and Arlene, how many right answers? Hello, Arlene. Arlene, any right answers here? Okay, Arlene, it seems like Arlene it's not able to listen here. So people, there is a situation here. We need to know what happens. This is a topic we had already studied, and it calls my attention that it is, kind of weak. What was the problem here? I'm gonna share my screen now, and we're going to work it together. I'm going to show you my screen here. So what is the most important element? You need to identify the direction in which the sentence goes, right? That is the first thing. And the second thing is that you need to identify, or at least in this exercise, the correctness of the sentence. Let me say this in Spanish. ¿Cuál es la característica importante acá? Número 1, va a haber 2 oraciones independientes, en medio va a haber una coma y una coordinating conjunction, como esta y esta. ¿Ok? ¿Qué pasa acá? Esta no puede ser la respuesta. ¿Por qué no puede ser la respuesta? Porque no son oraciones que estén combinadas. Son oraciones simples que están separadas por un punto. Ahora, esta otra es una frase, perdón, esta otra es una oración que está incorrecta porque están conectadas con una coma. Esto es un error que se llama comma splice. ¿Ok? Un comma splice es una edición de una oración que tiene un sujeto, un verbo y un objeto, y luego tiene otro sujeto, verbo y objeto acá, no se pueden conectar con comas. Se puede conectar con un punto y coma, no con la coma. ¿Ok? Ahora veamos las dos opciones acá. He didn't have enough money, but the store clerk lowered the price. Acá tengo so, the store clerk lowered the price. Las dos oraciones son posibles. Ahora, ¿cuál es la oración que está mal en este caso? Esta. ¿Por qué está mal? Porque yo no puedo conectar dos oraciones independientes con una coma. Yo necesito o un punto de coma o una oración, o una coma y un coordinating conjunction. ¿Ok? La siguiente. And they identified the answer that is incorrect. During the night, it snowed heavily, so the roads were hazardous. Esta oración está correcta porque tiene sujeto, verbo y objeto, coma, coordinating conjunction, sujeto, verbo y objeto. Esta otra, the roads were hazardous, so it snowed heavily during the night. The roads were hazardous, for it snowed heavily during the night. Esta oración está correcta. Y esta otra también. Esta no está correcta. ¿Por qué? Porque el significado de so es causa y efecto. Los caminos estaban peligrosos porque nevó mucho durante la noche. En español suena bien, pero aquí pareciera que porque los caminos están peligrosos, nevó durante la noche. Por eso esta es la oración que está incorrecta. ¿Ok? Hay que leerlo, hay que saber leer la estructura para saber cuál es cuál es la que debo de usar para conectarla. Si escucharon mi oración, en español suena exactamente igual decir so y decir for, pero no es lo mismo. La diferencia es que el for es un because y el so es algo que viene, ocurre esto y a consecuencia ocurre esto otro. The roads were hazardous y ahí necesita ser for, no so. ¿Ok? Vamos a la 3. Identify the answer. Identify the answer that it's incorrect. It was dark, so we had a long way to go. It was dark, but we had a long way to go. It was dark, we had a long way to go. It was dark and we had a long way to go. ¿Cuál sería la incorrecta acá? Salomón, ¿podrías decirme aquí cuál es la incorrecta? Hello, Salomón.
The number 3, teacher.
Hello, see. Yeah,
No.
I'm here.
Number 3, it was dark, we had a long way to go. Okay.
This is incorrect.
That it's, what is the one that it's incorrect for you, Salomón? Adolfo says it's letter C. For you too. Let's take a look.
For me too.
Nope. That it's not the one that it's incorrect. This one is the one that it's incorrect. Porque esta es la que está incorrecta. It was dark. Entonces, tenemos un largo camino que recorrer. ¿Está oscuro? Entonces tenemos un largo camino que recorrer. It doesn't make sense.
In the web,
You see?
they are in different order. For example, I have this. I have in my exercise is the letter
like
C.
the number 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't confirm.
Teacher, but in this,
Yes.
The exercise say identify the answer that is incorrect. But the number
Yes.
1, this is incorrect.
It
was
is incorrect
dark.
because of meaning. Está incorrecta
Because?
por significado.
Oh,
Por el significado. Por eso es que hay que saber leer el ejercicio.
Yeah,
Ok,
yeah,
preguntas por
yeah,
aquí.
I got it. No
Preguntas por aquí.
questions.
No,
Ok,
no
vamos a
pues.
hacer algo. Vamos a terminar por acá. Les voy a dar tarea. Me gustaría que terminaran este ejercicio, que lo revisaran. Se lo voy a compartir por el grupo de WhatsApp ahora mismo. Y que revisen los coordinating conjunctions. Mañana en la clase vamos a trabajar la parte de writing. Entonces necesito que estemos claros de esto. Si tienen preguntas, tomen nota y me las hacen, me las mandan, me las pueden mandar por WhatsApp o las podemos comentar mañana en la clase. ¿Ok?
Ok.
¿Alguna pregunta, muchachos? Si
Bueno,
no hay preguntas.
terminar todos los ejercicios, teacher.
Sí, este ejercicio